Hello, welcome to DK Bolljat. I am so glad you're here. Today I'm going to be working on this painting I started a couple days ago, a few days ago, and this is section, we went to number 1, number 2, and today I'm going to work on the third part of it, painting this Star Magnolia. And I just think they're beautiful. The flowers are very intricate and I just love the color of them too. So I'm gonna work on the tree today. So I hope you can stay with me while I'm doing this. See, I don't know if you can see that picture. It doesn't matter if you're gonna. I'm probably gonna crop this down anyway. So, but I do have colors mixed up. I have a nice shade of black, and I have another video that talks about mixing this color, but it is burnt umber. Right there, and burnt umber, sorry, right there, and then ultramarine. So burnt umber is a type of brown. Ultramarine is sort of a blue that's kind of almost a, what do I call that? Like a purple blue, maybe. This is a script liner. This brush is a script liner, and it is a size number, if I can still see it. So I paint with students that have their brushes too. This is number 4. But so to mark my brushes so they don't accidentally get mixed up with my students, I paint the bottom with extra paint. I just stick it in the paint. So it marks, all of my brushes are marked so that they don't end up going home with one of my students accidentally. This guy's got to be marked. I didn't do that one. Well, it came off, but anyhow. So I'm going to start with the script liner. And I've got my black right here that I made out of brown and blue. And I'm going to take a little bit of that and also drag it through the white, and I'm going to get a lighter color, sort of a gray brown. And if it's not gray brown enough, right now it's looking sort of blue, I can just add a little bit of brown to it. And whenever I mix colors, I make sure and leave plenty of the other color I started with so that I'm not stuck starting over. Makes it easier. So I think this color is coming in pretty darn close to that color on the tree. It's sort of a gray brown. I can kind of see a little bit of brown in it. I'm gonna start with this. And I'm just gonna start with the trunk. So this is where I drug it out of the color with a Q-tip. With a script liner, this one's pretty small, and I'm just gonna press down as I'm doing it. As I'm painting, I'm just pressing down. And it's looking pretty gray on this picture, so I could always add a little bit more brown, no problem. That's the thing, if you don't like it, you can always paint over it with a little bit of the color you do like. So I'm grabbing a little bit more brown without going right in the middle of it. There we go. And I'll continue. And this part of the tree actually looks like the owner trimmed it. He probably did, I don't know. It's just not completely full. Doesn't keep growing, it's just right there. And it's cut. Typically, when I'm not recording, I will have music going, or I will listen to something that's that I enjoy, that's not too distracting, like the Bible, or maybe somebody on YouTube teaching something about the Bible. But otherwise, I keep my brain not really engaged except for creating. And you're using a different part of your brain when you create than you do when you're doing math. So it can be difficult to teach and paint at the same time. But I enjoy it. I enjoy both of those. And the trunk, I think it's gotten small and then bigger, which is fine, but then it can't go, I don't think it's gonna go smaller unless it's a different kind of tree. I'm just gonna make that a little bit bigger. Again, if I want it to be wider, all I have to do is press down as I'm painting it. I do not have to get a bigger brush unless I want to. And I actually like doing the different rows of it because it gives it variety and helps it look like a real tree. Trees have always been my favorite to paint. I love painting trees. And think I've mentioned it before, one of the reasons is that they are forgiving, meaning even when they're perfect, they're gonna be different than the tree next to them, and kind of like us, they'll just be different, and we're used to that. We're used to the bark being different on different trees, even if it's the same sort of tree as the one right next to it. It's going to be different than that tree. Maybe the pattern's a little bit different. Maybe kind of like our fingerprints. I love painting trees because I know I will not mess up. I will be able to make it look like the tree I'm trying to make it look like. One of the rules I've stuck with. Now, I've seen other trees that do, but one of the rules I've stuck with is that the bottom's always bigger than the top. But I've since seen trees where it's not. So, I guess it can vary depending on which tree you're looking at. Or if it gets a knot growing out of it, you get a little bit more brown and a little bit more of the color that's mixed together, without adding too much of this white to it. And I could use my knife, which would probably be a better idea than dipping my brush into it, but I'm just going to dip the brush in there. Okay, I'm going to start with this guy over here too. Get him covered up. He didn't want to be naked there. He's got to have some color on him. And I'm okay with the varying colors in the trunk. It's okay. It'll look more natural that way. Yeah, I found out Star Magnolias are from Japan. And I don't know how many times I've walked past that tree on a road, and I've thought to myself, I would love to paint that. And then off I go and find something else I want to paint too. Well, this time I stopped and took a picture, and I thought, I'm going to make this happen this year. It's going to happen. So here I am. That's a bit darker than the other one, so I'm going to go over. I got to lighten it up a bit, but I don't have to lighten it up right now. But I will add a little white to the paint. See what we can do here. There we go. And the script liner's doing pretty well by itself. Painting, I don't have to add another one. But if I wanted to, I can show you the one I'd add. I'm going to set this down. I don't want to let it dry, so I won't take a lot of time. This is a round brush, and I think it's a number 2. Yep, number 2 round. I'm going to load that into the paint there that I've been working on, and start painting. And this is a round. This will be quicker, and it's gonna take more. It's gonna paint more of the tree at the same time. It's not gonna take as long as the script liner did. I like the script liners when you're doing branches, especially. Some people use them to sign their painting. I haven't quite got down that knack yet, and I'm not planning to learn that. I am planning to continue with a little round brush when I sign it. But yeah, get that bottom part in, and then I'll continue on the trunk. And even if I had not taken the Q-tip and taken off the paint where the green was to make a line where the tree was going to go, I could still paint right over this, because acrylic is like that. I think the only time you'll have issues with that is if you use a transparent paint over the top. Then you're going to see through to the back. You'll see through to the green. And I'm just making, call it tree marks on the trunk. I'm just making it more natural. It's not going to be perfect. I don't want it to look perfectly made, so coming on up here to paint this in. Top part of it. There we go. And the other side. And then I just have this little bit here to get. And I think I've shared before, if I paint a section and it's too big for instance, okay, I gotta get over the perfectionism, I get that. But right here, there's sort of a lump. Now that it might be that way naturally, but what I'm gonna do is take that out with another brush that's damp, just by coming up the side of it here. And, well, this brush has blue on it, that's nice. I'll just take that off, it won't hurt anything. Just wipe that off, and I'll take that off. Plus I'm gonna take off the tree, just where that lump is. And it works really well if this brush is a bit stiffer than this one is, but this will work. I'll make it work. I could also use a Q-tip if I wanted to, but I'm just thinning down that trunk a bit, and then I can put back a little bit. Just enough to get it to be the right size. There we go. Coming in here to put it in. And we'll be putting shadows and stuff on it, and then plus limbs. Limbs will come next. So I hope you can join me on the next video when I paint the limbs. For now, I think this might be it for today. I'm so glad you joined me today to do this video, and I'm glad that you watched this video, and please subscribe to my channel. See if I can get this up close without, let me take it out of here. I went to the print shop and picked it up, and they put it on paper. I asked for cardstock, but there it is. I just think they're great look. I love them. They're beautiful. They're very unique. I don't see a lot of them here in Oregon. So yes, thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to DK Bolljat, and yeah, please leave a comment if you want, and share with your friends and family, anybody you want to encourage with art, natural art, art that is inspired by nature. And I will see you on the next video. Thank you, and God bless you.